Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I feel very professional doing a sit down intro talking today, and of all days for me to be doing this talking part, I have like congestion, sickness, something floating around, so bear with me here. I am doing a Gel X nail tutorial, and the reason I'm doing this is because so many times people post these Gel X nail tutorials and they make it sound really complex and really confusing, so I wanted to dumb it down for all of you. And also I'm going to give you my tips and tricks as someone who has extremely weak, brittle nails. Part of that is from having low iron. Part of that, I think it's just like I also have really short nail beds. Like, I am not the ideal finger hand model that most of these people are, so I have learned tips and tricks over the way. So I'm going to be chatting with y'all to make the things that sometimes people are like, oh yeah, and just throw this on your nails. I'm going to explain why you're doing it a little, but try to make it as simple as possible and easy to follow along with, because so many times they make them too complex for us people. And even as someone who's been doing my nails for years, sometimes I'm watching them and I'm like, you're making this more complex than it is. Like, it's so simple. So the very first step of doing your nails is obviously removing your old nails. And you can do this in so many different ways. Personally, I tend to wait for my nails to like loosen up a little and then I break them off, which is the worst habit most people say, except as someone with chronically, and when I say chronically, I mean the most thin nails you've ever met. They are like tissue paper when they're wet. Like, they are so bad. So this time when I did my nails, I actually went in and I did the whole file them off, soak them with acetone thing. And let's just say my natural nails are now shorter than they previously were because it did not go well for me. I don't know what it is. My nails are so weak when they're soaking wet, especially when there's like nail stuff on them. Like I don't know how to describe the situation. It was the worst nail removal process I've ever had. Well, then once your nails are clean and you want them to be dry, so wash your hands and then make sure that the nails themselves are completely dry, because if you have any moisture stuck in your nails, your nail will turn green, and I have experienced that. So make sure your nails are completely dry. So what I like to do is wash my hands and then set up my nail stuff, and then by the time your nails are fully dry, fully all the way through dry, not a little bit of moisture left, and then I like to take an alcohol prep pad and make sure that they are fully clean, and that'll dry really quickly. And then what you're going to do here is you're going to now file your cuticles and that area. So many people explain this and it's kind of hard to explain, but what I use is a rounded pointy bit. A lot of people just use more rounded, like ball type bits, which I completely understand, especially if you're doing something on someone else and you don't want to poke them. I'm doing it on myself, and let's just say I just go in with that and I make sure there is no cuticle left on my skin. And then for the like upper part of your cuticle, that's technically not your cuticle, it's like I'll put a picture of it on the screen. That portion of it you actually need to remove. A file's not going to do that for you. So you can go in with the little scissors or butcher your hands with fingernail clippers, which I definitely don't do. I don't do that. And I've gotten good at it. I don't want to make excuses, but I've been doing my nails for like 5 years now. So I've gotten good at butchering my nails. And then you want to file your natural nails. And this is where you have to truly file them, because I have over time tested different ways of filing them. I like to go in with an actual file, and you want to really get in there, because I find the times my nails are best is when previously I had gel polish on that I just filed off with a bit on an e-file, and that is when my nails last longest, and that is because they are truly filed all the way. So I like to go in with a file and really make sure there is not a single bit of shine on your nails. And now it is time to actually go through the like preparation with products part of it. And here's where I have learned to do it differently. Most people use a dehydrator and then a primer. I used that for many years and it doesn't do bad, but for some reason on my nails specifically, primer makes them break more. I don't know what it is, and I've heard don't use too much primer. I've used very little primer. I've done it all. I don't use primer on my nails, but I would definitely recommend it because I've never heard of someone else saying that primer doesn't work on their nails. I think it's a me thing, or the fact that my nails are so dry or something. I don't know what it is. I just don't use primer on my nails, but I do use dehydrator. So you're just gonna put that on your nails, and you want them both to just air dry for 25-30 seconds. You can look at your nails and tell when they're dry. And then it is time to prep the actual fake nails. And for this, I just go in with an e-file. You wanna file the part that your entire nail is gonna be covering. So it's better to file more than not enough. And now it is time for the Gel X application. I use the glue from Beetles, and I used the 9-in-1 glue, I believe. I used to use, I think was a 5-in-1, and I bought a 2-pack of it. And then when I went to repurchase, I saw that they had a 9-in-1, and I think it works better. It's a lot thicker, and I don't know what the technical difference is, as I've tried to figure it out, and I don't know, except I do think the 9-in-1 works better. Here's where I have to teach you the 2 ways. So what most people will say to do is to apply a thin layer to your natural nail, cure it, put a thin layer on the fake nail, and then like make sure it's thicker towards the base where your cuticle would be, and then to press it down in this sort of way, push out the air. The thing with me is my nails don't like that, so what I do is I still do the thin layer on the fake nail on the entire part where my nail is going to be, and I make sure it's thicker near the cuticle, and I apply it in the same way. I just don't put gel on my nails first, because once again, I don't know what it is. It just does not work for me, and I think nails, it's very trial and error with what works with your specific nails, just like hair, and I think people don't talk about that. Everyone's nails are different, just like everyone's hair is different. And then you want to cure this. I like to flash cure it for about 5-10 seconds so that it's not going to come off at all, and then you're going to cure it for 60 to 90 seconds. Here's where I went to sit down and film this video the other day, and I plugged in my UV lamp and it didn't turn on. It didn't work, so I had to use my gooseneck lamp for everything, and it took way too long. Don't recommend. Oh, I was losing my mind with just one finger able to go in at a time. But now that this is on, you want to file around the cuticle base of the nail. I don't know what to call it. You want to blend the nail. And I have tried many ways of doing this. I have tried sloping it thin. I have tried doing more of like a hump. And what I find is best is to take a rounded, I'm going to put stuff on the screen. Nails is very visual. I'm going to take a bit like is on the screen, and I just go around my nail and I make it so it like kind of is humped over being very smooth, because what I have found is that this lasts longer, and then you also make sure your polish lines up, and it makes everything very seamless. Next, we want to file our fake nails. And the thing with filing these is you don't need to do any extra filing like your natural nails. There's no natural oils in your fake nails. So you're just going to go on and file them. What I like to do is go in with a sanding band that's a little on the rough side, and then go in with a file over top of that to get rid of some of the roughness, but to make sure it's plenty grippy. That's just what I do. I think it's kind of the lazy way out, except you're filing fake nails. You can't like hurt them unless you were to file all the way through them, which if you're using good fake nails are thick, and you're not ever going to risk filing through the nail unless you go like down. And now it is time to paint your nails. This is very simple. You can find so many things on how to do this. You don't technically need base coat on fake nails, because base coat makes it grip to like a natural nail that has oils and stuff in it. I've done without base coat, and it's fine, except I think it's a mental thing for me. I'm like, I need base coat. It's like a must-have step, so I just do it every time. It also makes your nail a little thicker, and that never hurts, because when your nails are thicker and stronger, they last longer. So I do base coat, and then I'll use, today what I did is a variety of designs that you will see me do and stuff here. I didn't explain how I did them because I've been experimenting with blooming gel, so this was only my second time ever using a proper blooming gel. And though I really like my nails, they could have been better, so this is not a nail tutorial for art. This is a how to apply the nails. I went in with a sparkly base coat. I love this. All of my nail polishes are from Model 1s or Beetles. I have a couple other brands technically, except those are definitely my favorites. Those are my ride or dies. Those are the ones that my cousin bought me in 2020, and I've been using them ever since. And then you always want to make sure you top coat your nails, and you always want to put, if you're using a rhinestone, you want to use a good rhinestone glue, and you want to put top coat on top of the rhinestones. What I like to do is put top coat on and then rub my finger on the very top of it, just so you still have a little bit of a shape to it, except you want the rhinestones and pearls and whatever you're using to be thoroughly locked in, or they are going to come off and look cheap and dirty and disgusting. So after your nails are fully painted and cured, you always want to use a cuticle oil. I use the Sally Hansen cuticle oil. This is literally just the first one I ever bought, and hence me still using it. But you always want to use a cuticle oil. Also, I have extremely dry cuticles, and I never realized this, but keeping your cuticles and hands moisturized while having your nails makes them last longer. And that seems dumb. Like, it's like, oh, like that's not even your nail. No, it matters. What I like to do is put lotion on like my fingers and cuticles and not rub it in all the way, and just let it sit there for a little bit. And it helps your nails down so much better. My nails used to always break and lift. My last set of nails, guys, one nail that refused to stay on at first, and I don't know, I think it was because the natural nail under it was a nub. That was the only nail that lifted at all the entire time I had those nails, and I think the secret was that I kept them so hydrated and moisturized the entire time. Was in love with them. So hopefully these ones last just as long. My camera died, so we're on my phone now. It's so weird having such a massive viewfinder. But if you have any questions about anything, you can always put them in the comment section down below and I will answer you. Literally, I have learned so many tips over the time of doing my nails. So here are some of my like random tips that don't apply to a specific thing when doing nails, but they're just random tips that I have learned that help me so much. If your nail polish is sticky, it's not because it's not cured enough, it's because there's this sticky layer on top and there's an official name for it. You need it when you do chrome. I don't remember. I am so bad with these official names of things, even though I know they exist. You want to use alcohol prep pads. I take them and I use the little wipe versions, or you can just use like the bottle on a paper towel and wipe off your nail, and it removes all the stickiness, and that way nothing will get stuck in your nails. If you're using nail art brushes or daughters or anything, brush is getting sticky is because it's uncured polish on there. First you can wipe it off with an alcohol prep pad and it should help, but it's because you're using a plastic or wooden or cheap metal dotting tool. It won't stick to glass. It won't be sticky on glass. Use glass daughters and stuff. I still don't have all glass, except they 100% better. But to start off, you can go on and buy like 100 pack of nail brushes. I think on Prime Day I spent like $7 and got like 50 brushes and daughters, and I still use them to this day. And I kind of don't care that they're plastic, because I'm like, they were only $7. Like I can just throw them out when they're dirty and buy a new one. A big question people have when it comes to Gel X nails is contact dermatitis. And you're probably saying, Gigi, why are we in health class all of a sudden? And this is because people always say, don't buy from Beetles. It's giving me contact dermatitis. It's not giving you contact dermatitis, guys. It's actually just you don't know how to do your nails. It is because the gel should never touch your hands. It should only be touching your nail. The only way you're gonna get contact dermatitis is if it touches your skin. Also, if you have a gel allergy and you're like, I can never use gel polish, Gel X, gel anything again, that's a lie. As long as it doesn't touch your skin, you're good. It can also be on your skin wet. It just can't cure on your skin. That's where we're running into this problem. People just don't know how to apply their nails. Also, technically you can't have nails with contact dermatitis. It's not gonna change anything. I've never had it because I know how to do my nails. I think people buy just the Gel X kits online and follow a TikTok tutorial and they're like, I can do my own nails, and it's like research. But if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much. Once again, comment down below any Gel X questions you have, because I can answer them. I have so much knowledge on Gel X that's like just built up over the years and doing nails. I did my nails for the first time in summer 2020. So I've been doing them for a while. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, all the things. I post every single Thursday, and also go check out my Instagram. It'll be on the screen, down below, everywhere. But thank you so much for watching. Love ya, and bye.